Hi guys, welcome back to episode 4 of Those Unstable Weirdos podcast. We had a question.
Time is the one that Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is indeed.
I haven't watched that
I
yet.
will watch it.
We had. Sorry, I need to go back. We need to add this in at the start, if that's all right.
No?
No, we do. It's not. Oh, we got up to 20 subs. Where is it? Your videos.
Hey, that's one of my only fans.
Where is it? Is it this one? For fuck's sake.
Matt shit at his job. He's shit at his job.
Matt, hey, Panic at Barrett. He's shit at his job.
I was trying to think of which one it is on.
The last one, probably.
Okay, here we go. So on our second episode, there was a question, and Luke will put it nicely on the screen for us. Do you believe in aliens? Why haven't they met us? Why haven't they met as many usual people, and they've only met the government? The reason I believe for that is because the government are fucking full of shit.
I have my opinions, but it'll piss people off. So.
Personally,
Callum,
I think
keep your mouth shut.
Personally, I believe in
If you
aliens.
want my opinion.
I do. I think
I
that
do
they
believe in
exist.
aliens.
Bieber does. Luke, I'm sure, does. Callum does. Dana is.
I believe
Dana.
in aliens.
Dinah believes that basically that if there's people on the planet, then there's people on other planets too. So
Yeah. So the answer to your question is yes, we do believe in aliens. And the
But I
reason that
just
we have.
don't think they're come to say hello to us because
we're a piece of shit.
as a planet we can't get along with each other because we judge one another constantly because oh yes you're stupid because of this, ha you're stupid because of that. You're in a dictatorship. Why haven't you ran yet? So we can't get along with people because of that kind of shit. So how can we agree with a different planet?
And the reason they've only met government
Oh my god, you're
officials.
completely different species.
Yeah, the only reason they haven't met government officials is because it's so easy then to quash rumours and it's so easy then to hide stuff from people. Like you more than likely wouldn't know if you met an alien. Let's be honest. Unless they
You
were
wouldn't know
like,
if you met a lizard person either, or a skinwalker, or any of those other
Oh my god,
people.
no, not skinwalkers. Oh.
I fucking love those theories.
But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, we all do believe in aliens. So yeah, thank you very much for the question. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them at the start of our next episode, which we will.
Period of time, but
Yeah, no, we'll start every podcast with questions that are asked by podcasts. Today we are discussing some of the most bogus conspiracy theories that we can find. Yeah, I think I'm going to start off with the flat Earth theory. Now I know we've got flat Earth as a topic, and Tyler wants to discuss it, but
Of course he does.
can I just point out, if you believe in a flat Earth, you're a fucking moron, right? There's so much proof. I get so much proof against it. It just doesn't make any sense. What are you on about?
every other planet in the galaxy circle. Our planet flat.
Well,
yeah,
the
yeah.
one
We're just
thing I
a
will have to
biscuit
say
flying
is
through space.
anyone that has been on a plane should know that the Earth is round because you see.
You can see the curvature of the Earth.
Don't joke. If you think
If
the
the-
Earth's flat, you've not got an education to afford a duplicate.
All your name's Kevin.
If the Earth was flat, I'd have jumped off the edge by now.
Yeah, I'd have found the edge and fucked off. Do you think?
I'd
Do you think there would
fucking-
be right? There's a point. Do you think there would be suicidal people if the Earth was flat?
I'd have been
they've already
gone.
gone to the edge and fucked off.
I'd have been gone.
Did you
I'd
go
have been like,
I'd have jumped off singing.
Ah, Trek to the end of the
We'll
world.
meet again.
Oh no!
Don't
Um,
know when.
The next one, I'm not going to delve too much into that because of the topic. The next one that I've seen a lot about was the moon landing, the initial one for Buzz Aldrin and Armstrong. There's a lot of people reckon that it was fake.
did you
These
see
are
that
actual-
TikTok
These
where he was like,
astronaut boots, they look nothing like the boot prints on the moon. Yes, because they're called overboots. That's what they was walking with.
Did you see the TikTok where it's like, what should I say when I land on the moon? And then the other guy was like, I don't know, maybe like, you know, something profound. And then he's like, one small step for Neil.
I haven't seen that. But
It's so funny.
I mean, there's quite a few things that would lead people to believe that, like, that the moon landing was fake. I mean, the flag blowing, for example.
Right, let
mean-
me just put in there, the flag didn't blow, it was put like that because there was going to be absolutely no atmosphere, so they had to put it at a point where it looked like it was blowing. Otherwise,
Do you reckon they just stood there like...
a flag, in essence, like that.
That astronaut helmet, Dana. Just go. Oh, shut up, Dana.
Open up the inside of his visor.
Big fucking glass in front of me.
I mean, the other part of it, obviously, is that
They were like...
I stood there twisting the pole.
with a piece of paper.
God, what
Trying
did
to
they
fan
do? Have a
place.
stick and a bit of flint. We'll get it one day, boys!
I mean, if you look at all the pictures from the fucking moon landing, there's no there's no stars in the pictures. Now, I mean, that can be explained by the fact that they're on the light side of the moon, and the brightest star is the sun. And obviously, we all know from light pollution from living in cities that when there's a lot of light about, you can't see as much at night or into space, that you can't see as many stars or anything like that. So that could be one theory to sort of explain
So
the
before
reason
you
there's no
continue,
stars there.
keep going, Matthew. Did anyone else see Matthew just freeze?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Was he just
Oh.
thinking, smile?
No, I didn't. I don't know. I didn't freeze on my end, obviously.
Your throat is just okay, like.
With the audio
I was thinking,
freeze.
No, you entire picture everything. So
I'll
you just sat there like, smile.
I'll repeat it then.
Oh fuck! I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, so the one theory is obviously that the sun's the brightest star, and as people that know that live in cities, when there's a lot of light pollution, you can't see the stars so well, and with all the light coming from the sun, you probably won't see anything else other than that, and obviously Earth, because the sun would be behind Earth from where the moon was at the time. So yeah, it's one of them really. Has anyone else got anything to add to that one?
Well, I could.
Of course, yes.
But I think we've nailed everything there that we needed to, really.
Okay.
I mean,
So
it's one of those. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions. But
yeah.
Some of them are
back onto the point of flat Earth. If you think it's flat, reevaluate your life.
Your dad just played basketball with your head.
So
Didn't even drop you, he was just fucking dribbling.
No point, because the head isn't round.
Got any
Just
more?
like the Earth is flat.
Because it's an egg.
egg.
Um,
Can we make
eggy.
egg Earth theory?
Well, no,
Egg
it's
Earth.
factual.
Egg Earth.
it's
Egg.
not.
Well, no, it is, because the Earth rotates on an egg.
You...
Not on an egg, but the axis in
I was
which
like,
we
there's
rotate.
an egg on the bottom
It
of the
rotates like this. It rotates at like a 40-something degree angle.
Yes, but if you actually have a look at the way we revolve around the sun, it is in an egg.
Okay, alright, I'll give you that.
Just revolving. I'm just on about egg Earth. We're not a sphere. We're not flat.
Egg Earth.
We are.
We're egg-shaped. Just to give everyone a quick...
Once our powerful destructor Galactus comes to kill us, they just crack us open onto the frying pan, you know, sunny side up.
Just to give everyone a sort of quick rundown of where we're getting these conspiracy theories from. I am on popularmechanics.com, and these are sort of the top theories that everyone considers to be true.
Have you heard
I
of
say
lizard
considers.
Lizard people.
I'm not sure. I haven't got that far through it yet. The next
Lizard
one,
people.
the next one I believe in, and I'm pretty sure Luke does as well. And it's that the American government,
Oh.
the American government killed JFK.
See, it's a shame John's not here, because me and John was sat talking about this for a couple of hours the other day.
Was it
And-
after the last podcast and it was just you two on the Discord call?
and Cal, yeah.
And Cal. The
because-
coffee Cal.
There's a few things. Thing number one, Lee Harvey Oswald couldn't have been the shooter because of the trajectory being completely
Yes.
wrong.
I knew that one.
Yep.
Thing number 2, there was also 2
Is
bullets
this
that
the
were
cat in the
fired.
hat?
Yes, one of the bullets was fired from the rifle in which Lee Harvey Oswald possessed. However,
Yep.
it wouldn't have been towards the car.
Seen the multiple.
Yeah, and if it was towards the car, it wouldn't have gone in through the angle that it went in through.
No,
Um,
it would have gone in through the back of him.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at just for people showing like, if you look at like basically the way bullets move and the
Bullet
impact that they have on bullet velocity, yeah, and the angle of which the bullet went through JFK's head, it blew the back of his head out. If you were to actually look at sniper rounds and how they're fired and how they
50
kill people,
cals.
they go direct in and then they blow the back out. So that means that you couldn't have been shot in the back of the head. To be fair, I realised what I said and I tried to power through it. But yeah, if you were shot in the back of the head, there'd have been a bullet hole, and then the splat would have been his face from where Lee Harvey Oswald was. There's also quite a cool theory that Lincoln and JFK's death were pretty much identical, just slightly opposite. So
If you see-
like,
it's like the thing
you know how
about,
like, so you know how
yeah.
yes, you know how Lee Harvey Oswald was found in a theatre, right? But he fled from, I can't remember what building it was. It was like a hotel or something.
Northbrook, I believe.
Yeah. So the killer of Lincoln, shot him from the theatre and fled to
Ooh.
a building.
I'm
That was
gonna
just-
research
that was
this
the-
right now.
But it's basically it's quite weird how their tie, how their like presidency ties in. Like they both took in the same year, 100 years apart. They both died the same year, 100 years apart. It's quite.
It was in the Texas School Book Depository.
Mhm.
Okay.
Have you heard about the going off topic completely because you said 100 years apart and it made me remember there's a conspiracy theory that all the viruses and shit that are going around are like planned too, because every single time there's been a pandemic it's been like
Control.
exactly 100 years apart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that they reckon that's something to do with. So you know how like the powers that be all around the world, they all basically get together for a meeting once a year in Switzerland to discuss events that have happened, and then so families, so the oh god, what they're called? I can't think of what their names are. The Rothschild family, the Rothschild
Oh.
family who own basically all the central banking systems in the world, bar Switzerland and Russia. They're there with the Queen, Donald Trump, or Putin, everyone like that will be there, and they
forget
discuss
Kim
the
Jong-un.
topics.
Can't forget Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, of course. But so they're basically all there, and then
Well, I've got another conspiracy theorist for us. That's so complete, so wrong. But the theory that Epstein actually killed himself.
We won't go into that too much based
Because
on the
that-
fact
that's-
we've
yeah,
got a
based on
whole-
Epstein's topic, yeah.
Yeah, based on that's the topic.
But yeah, that's another theory. The next one I've got on here is COVID-19 was engineered by the media. Now,
I mean, it didn't fucking help, I'll tell you that much.
yeah, of course. Obviously, we're not going to delve too much into COVID. It's still pretty fresh for a lot of people. A lot of people lost friends and relatives and that sort of stuff. But
Oh, do you not think it's weird how COVID happened and then we had a census? Like, literally, like,
Population control.
I know what.
yeah. Do
so-
you not remember the
census
form?
is?
It's to basically count how many people are, like, in the UK or some shit.
Yeah, they do it everywhere. The original thing was called the. Oh God, Abby will probably know. What was the original book called? There was one of the kings created it
The Magna
to keep
Carta.
our lives. The Magna Carta. That's it. So that's what the
I'm
census
so
is
glad you
based on.
thought I knew that.
But yeah, so basically the running census is every 10 years, 1 year after the turn of a decade that runs. So the last one was this year, and then the previous was 2011, and the next one will be 2031.
Moving swiftly
Yeah,
on.
yeah,
Sorry.
That's
Another
all right.
theory being the Earth was sucked in by a black hole.
literally just clicked onto that. Are you on the same page as me?
No.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Of course
Yeah,
he is.
no, so they reckon after 2012, we were all sucked into a black hole. So we all. Earth was sucked into a black hole.
Yeah.
Due to, obviously, everything's just gone, for
AWOL
lack of
since
a better
then.
term, to shit.
Yeah. I mean, the other theory about the Earth actually is
No, but that's the Mercury retrograde I keep hearing about.
Mercury is in retrograde.
Blaming
See-
that for things going to shit.
so
Oh
does anyone-
no! I cracked my car! Mercury retrograde.
Does anyone remember at New Year how the ball was late to drop? How like there was a
Yeah.
delay between the end of 2020 and the start of 2021. People believe that because the same thing happened at the start of 2020, but no one really remembers it. So everyone believes it's for like a year. Basically, we were like in a different dimension where
I've
things.
seen that actually.
So basically, it's split out. So in that time, we travelled to a different dimension, and then at the end of the year, back. It's another obviously complete bullshit theory, but it's one of the things I mentioned.
Much like Earth has been sucked into a black hole, and the reason I will call bullshit on that is because of the film 2012.
I do intend to show that to Eden though, and tell her that I lived through it.
You absolutely.
The only
Can
thing,
you
You're
make
so
sure
mean.
you show her this
You live
podcast
through.
afterwards?
the only thing you live through is stay at home. No.
Oh god, Eden, your
Go
father's
to
a
work,
liar.
but don't stay at
Don't
home.
go to the shops. Don't go to the shop. But go to the shop if you need it. Don't you dare go to work. You have to go to work.
Go to work if you need to.
Don't get public transport, but please get public transport.
But most importantly, stay at home, save lives, protect the NHS. Don't go to work.
But
But
But go to work if you have to. If you can't work from home, you must go to work. But you shouldn't go
can
to work.
from home. Go to work, but work from home.
Literally how it was.
It was terrible for anyone that
And
didn't.
And then the
For anyone
best
watching this, is like unaware of what happened last year.
And then
This is it.
I was
the best
so
thing
just in
pissed.
case.
was the high stakes poker tournaments that people were playing with toilet roll.
It's like pet.
Yep.
Let's with petrol.
That was 2020.
And then
That was-
nobody learned and went to
No one learned and then did the same thing with petrol and diesel. The whole 2020 's
we
been a
must
write-off
stay
for
at home. What do we need?
petrol.
toilet
Petrol.
paper.
Yeah, I mean, it's not supposed to mix, but you can go and get petrol even though you're not going anywhere. The next theory.
But go to work, but don't go to work, but go to work. If you keep working, don't go to work, but go to work. Thank you. Stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives. But don't go to
Well, I
work.
don't understand though. If everyone took that
You
seriously,
don't.
if everyone took that stay at home seriously, the NHS would have collapsed because the NHS would have been at home.
Collapsed.
But don't go to
I'd have been at home. I'd have been at home.
Yeah,
There'd be nobody
everyone would have
looking
been at home.
after all of the people that were currently in hospital before COVID. Well, I say before COVID, but you know what I mean.
Nobody was looking after them. Cancer patients fucking went without treatment. People went without
No.
life-saving surgeries.
Oh, I was
Everything.
scared to go in.
So moving swiftly on from COVID, the next theory is
The next series that we have on the cards is that Disney created Frozen as a distraction.
Right.
Now,
Disney theory.
this is a theory. So they created Frozen based
I haven't
on.
heard this one.
So people have long discussed the conspiracy theory that Walt Disney used cryogenic technology.
I have.
Freeze. To freeze himself. But yeah, basically to freeze himself when he died.
I don't know why I love it. I just like the
Right,
idea that
before I
it's like
forget.
Disney World.
Before I forget, there's a theory where they got the old guy from Up, Carl. Is his name Carl? Yeah, he's dead all along.
I love that theory. I love
He's
it
not
at the
actually-
same time.
Yeah.
It makes him even more sad.
Dick fuck.
It's that he dies at the end. At the start, and then the entire thing is Russell, who is his guardian angel, is
Yeah.
get to Paradise Falls, which is the afterlife.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing.
That's quite cool. I like that. But yeah, so basically the Disney family have just completely refused this whole idea. However, new theory is that the Walt Disney Company created Frozen as a way to hack Google's search algorithm and distract customers from information about Walt Disney's possible Frozen procedure. So basically, it's to stop kids knowing what Walt Disney was planning and what he was trying to do. Obviously, if he pops back up in 10 years because they've defrosted him, then they'll be like,
Chicks in the microwave.
Left him on the draining board.
Big Cannibal's dream.
this is what I mean. It's just I don't particularly agree with the theory, but it would make sense if it were true. Also, this picture that I'm looking at right now is Mickey Mouse as a stuffed toy, and it's fucking disturbing.
What about the
Really?
theory that there's subliminal messages in children toys? Where some of them,
You should
they
start
speak,
freaking out.
you press the button and they speak, and it makes no sense. But if you play it backwards, it's telling them to kill their mom and shit like that. Yeah.
I've heard
Never
about
heard that.
that, but then
Have you not?
also heard about? Well, it's not so much a conspiracy theory, but something that's actually happened. Some kids' toys that are like walkie-talkies and whatnot, they've been hacked in by people.
Yeah, and cameras and shit, like the baby monitors and shit, telling the kids to do things, yeah. That's an actual problem. There's people actually hacking into the cameras and stuff and actually watching the kids, like, change and stuff. Like, it's disgusting.
That is horrible.
That's horrible.
I just think,
Whereas,
oh,
you know,
I don't know, man.
my-
There's so many sick people in the world, aren't there?
Oh, God. I mean, you just you wait until me and Dana got into serial killers.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that one. I am waiting for that one.
Have you got the wheel ready, by the way?
No, but it takes me all 2 minutes. Moving swiftly on, I'm going to jump through a few that you've got in front of you, because obviously there's got 30. But this is one that I truly believe in. The Titanic didn't actually sink. Now, obviously there was a ship that sank.
Yeah.
But wasn't the Titanic. Because if you go
It was
down
the
to
Olympia.
Olympia, if you go down to the depth of, obviously, the remains, the wreck, it's actually the Olympia.
Why do you think they never got it out the sea?
But, well, it was too much back then. I mean, look
It
at the
could- it can
time
be done
was.
now.
It can be done now, but the thing is, there's that much wildlife in it that it'll be detrimental to take
They're
it out.
saying as well that if they bought it out, because how long it's been under the water, it'd just crumble.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
of the pressure it's been under.
Yeah.
See, the only thing that I'm not gonna say concerns me, but the only thing that like effectively confuses me, I suppose, is the best way to put it, with this theory, is the Olympia set sail, as did the Titanic, 2 different times, but from other theories based on the Titanic sinking, was they switched the ships. So the Titanic is the Olympia that's still about,
Yeah.
and the Titanic that sunk is the
Was the
Olympia.
Olympia. Have you heard the other thing about the Titanic sinking as well? So it's quite cool. The Titanic obviously hit an iceberg. You know, Leonardo DiCaprio died. It's quite peak.
That's there was
But not in the
definitely,
second film, he didn't.
Never got an Oscar.
there was
No,
definitely room on that door for the 2 of them.
There was room at that door.
There
Rose
was
is a bitch.
definitely.
We'll continue.
Plus, he
Um,
wasn't in the water for that long to die of hypothermia. Just saying.
I mean, it would have been
Absolutely freezing. Hence the-
2 degrees. His body temperature would have drained pretty rapidly.
Yeah,
But,
but still
anyway.
not as short as the time in the film.
Where
And
d- so-
in the original, sorry,
Sorry?
film, the stars were mirrored.
The stars were mirrored.
In the original film, the stars were mirrored. They had to change it in the remake. Well, say the remake, the 100-year anniversary back in 2015.
that one.
2014, I think it was.
No, 2016, wasn't it?
Are you just bouncing around different
No,
years?
because I was in year 6.
What about the theory of Wizard of Oz and the hanging munchkin?
That's not a theory. You can see it
It's
2012,
actually
wasn't
real.
2012.
because they were actually like really badly treated
Yeah,
on set.
2012. That's right.
Yeah.
So
But they're trying to say that it was like a prop in the background. No, a crane in the background moving shit around, but it wasn't. Like, you could clearly see a
you
silhouette
can
of a
see
person
the
hanging.
person.
Yeah.
That
I
just
don't know how
reminds
many
me of a
people know
Logan
what
Paul
cranes
video.
look like.
Oh,
Cranes don't look
Lou.
like people. What did you say?
Lou.
I'll censor that, don't worry.
And we've just been cancelled. Yeah. The thing I was going to say with the Titanic is it actually sank in water that, if you stood it end to end, was shallower than the length of the Titanic. Which is quite.
You daft
it's-
twat.
Yeah, no, it snapped in half, but I just think it's quite interesting. It's not necessarily part of the conspiracy theory. It's just an interesting fact that
The
not
other
many
thing
people
I
know.
find really interesting, actually, about the way it sank, or supposedly sank, was use a pen. So, effectively, right,
So you're getting
this
a
is the
weird little magic
Titanic.
trick then.
So it gets submerged into this water
Please don't break my pen.
and then just snaps in half. But surely, if it's sinking, it wouldn't have been like that. It would have actually just gone like that, and then as it went into the water, it would have cracked.
It was filling.
Oh, but if you look at it,
front, so it was weighing it down.
but if you
Yeah,
look at
but
it
even
like,
then, when the water rises, it would kind of start bringing it back level before it snapped. But it didn't.
I also don't quite understand the snapping thing of it because like I said, obviously it would have been quite shallow. But in the movie, it depicts it like the original movie. The Titanic doesn't sink like this; it sinks like this. So if it sinks like this, then it would have hit the bottom, and the top end or the bottom end of the ship, whichever end it was, would have still been like out of the water and just then plopped down.
Just being chilling.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just quite weird. The next one that I've got here in front of me is that the Denver International Airport is the Illuminati's headquarters. Now, I don't know who believes this because why would you hide that in an airport?
Plain sight,
Or
bro.
one, hide in plain sight. I get that, but at the same time, it's kind of like someone would have noticed by now, surely. I mean, it says on here.
Stumbled across it.
Obviously, someone has noticed because there's this theory about it.
I suppose, but it says here
And
the
that's
Illuminati leads.
That's when people get paid to be like, oh no, they're crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, I beg you, have a quick look at number 20 a second before you carry on with that one.
Number 20. Let me just finish this one off real quick, and then I'll skip to it.
Yeah, just skip to it. Just read it. What it's
That's fine.
named, and
so-
then carry on with what you were saying.
This one says the Illuminati leads to a conspiracy rabbit hole, and we're not going to delve too far into it,
Jesus.
which is basically the approach we're taking on all conspiracy theories here. Except when it comes to the Denver International Airport, many Illuminati believers are convinced it's the secret group's headquarters. The airport has embraced the rumors by poking fun at it, but that hasn't stopped people from believing secret tunnels and lizard lairs lurk beneath the building.
Lizard people!
Lizard people is just fucking. I'm sorry. No.
I love how ridiculous it is. It's one of my favourites.
It's so
because of how ridiculous
stupid.
it
See,
is.
but the thing is, those firm believers in lizard people. Now, I'm not gonna dispel any form of credit that's actually credible here,
Luke.
but the thing is, with lizard people, the people that believe it are the same kind of people to say aliens don't exist. Well, I'm sorry, but if you're saying lizard people exist, then surely just
Aliens
by
exist.
the process of
There is
elimination,
something out there.
they're aliens.
Or are we the aliens?
No.
Both.
That's the other one.
We're aliens.
Both.
The aliens.
Next one is the Earth is hollow. Now, I don't quite understand how anyone could ever come to that conclusion based on research done on stars, and the Earth was a star at one point. However, in 2014, scientists released new unknown findings about the Earth's core, and let's just say conspiracy theorists took it and ran with it. After learning that we don't know much at all about this surface of the Earth, or what lies beneath its layers, the hollow Earth theory gained traction. Some believers even think that the inside of the Earth, there's a what?
Easy for you to say.
It's not. Some believers even think there's an Earth inside of the Earth.
Middle Earth. Oh my god, can we go and be the
Is
Hobbit?
that like Middle Earth theory? No, not Middle Earth.
Can we be a Hobbit?
But yeah, I know.
Is
yeah,
that
yeah.
Is that kind of like? Is it? Oh, what's the movie? I mean,
Journey to the Centre of the Earth, by any chance?
that's the one.
Is it actually?
That's the badger, yeah. How, like, if people make movies about it, it's not true.
Can we just get back
Especially
to the Titanic
fictional
for a second?
movies.
If you'd just like to take a gander at number 22, Matt.
Number 20 got me.
No,
Number
have a
20
look at
got
number
me.
22. We're going back to the Titanic. Now, this is somewhat reasonable, but
Okay.
not completely. So, this conspiracy theory is a solar flare caused the Titanic to sink. Now, not on its own. I'm gonna agree in the sense it hit an iceberg, but I reckon something could have been done had, you know, let's say this solar flare did occur. Something could have happened with it. Maybe it was too strong, and you know it wiped out the rescue signals.
Or
No, they did have flares back then, and they would have used them, but obviously,
in the middle of the ocean.
well, yeah, they're in the middle of the ocean, but not just that. The fact that a radio signal is considerably, well, it's going to travel further than light in this sense. Because, you know,
Yeah.
don't know what that was.
No, I mean,
but-
I think the other part, I suppose, is that solar flares can be seen by the naked eye.
Depending on the severity of it.
But if it was, as it says here, a moderate to severe solar flare, then maybe what happened was the captain was like, "What the fuck is going on up there?" And then didn't check the radar for an iceberg and went, "Oh, look at the pretty light." And then it was like, "Oh shit, there's an iceberg there. We kind of need to move."
Me as a ship's captain.
No, yeah, exactly. Although, had they have hit it head on, would
It'd have been fine. It's because they tried to turn away from it.
Yeah.
Too late. You may as well have just fucking hit it at the front. It'd have split it and then you'd been done. But yeah.
It has split the iceberg. Yes, it might have caused moderate leaking, but it would have been severely
Pardon me.
less harmful
Yep.
than what occurred. Obviously, it's a tragedy, but it is what it is at the end of the day.
But yeah, it was over 100 years ago. No one cares about it anymore. Anyway, next one is the Earth. The world is flat.
I wonder
We're
if
not
we're
going to
saying
discuss that today.
In 2001.
This one I quite like. Prince Charles is a
It's a
vampire.
vampire.
Now, based on Abby finishing my sentence, I'm going to deflect that to you so you can explain that one a little bit for us.
I don't know. I saw it earlier. I saw it
Oh.
and was like, oh my god, vampire. My favourite thing about this is not even going on the vampire thing. My favourite thing about Prince Charles is that his car runs on surplus white wine.
Surplus what?
White
White
wine.
wine.
That wouldn't surprise me.
No, it does.
It does. But they did like a 70th birthday documentary thing, and they went round. These are my animals. They've got like turkeys and shit, and he thinks they're the most entertaining things in the world. But he was like, "This is my Aston Martin. It runs on surplus white wine," and I was like,
Pretty sure he runs on surplus white wine. That might be the issue.
Maybe he's not a vampire. Maybe he's just an alcoholic that's aged really well with the white wine he drinks.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, it says that the Prince of Wales is related to Vlad the Impaler, the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Yeah.
which is where the theory comes from. So just because he's related means he's a vampire, right? That's what we're going with here.
I think that's what they're trying to say, but Vlad the Impaler wasn't a vampire. Vlad the Impaler was...
Effectively, Van Helsing.
No.
Yeah.
It's
Oh wait,
just...
no. I stand corrected. Actually, he was a barbarian.
Yeah, that's the word I was trying to look for, thank you. Essentially, he just kind of... He was just ruthless, as most people were back then. And,
Back then,
you know,
yeah.
there was a lot of rumours about him, you know, drinking the blood of his enemies and whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where the
Here,
inspiration
kinky
for Dracula come from.
Yeah, I mean the other backup to that theory is that Charles's bloodline, many of the royals in that were known to have a disease called porphyria, which is an iron deficiency that causes people to be sensitive to sunlight.
Mood.
So maybe it's true.
Mood.
I mean, I'm sensitive to sunlight. That's just because I don't like it.
I have an iron deficiency. I might pass out in a minute, who knows?
Hey, there's Ginger.
Dana was born allergic to the sun.
What do you mean?
Cal, what do you think about what I put in the group? Do you agree?
We check.
I did not see what you put in the group.
It's in the podcast group.
Yeah, but that's 1,000 years, you absolute cockend. Not 100.
Oh shit! Yeah. Oops. Let me correct myself.
Oh.
Luke made
So
a
what
typo.
happened what happened September 11th, 2001, based on what I just said earlier about no one giving a shit about what happened 100 years ago, Luke then puts, in 3001, no one's going to care. Yeah, because that's 1,000 years away, you fucking melt. It's the best thing I've seen you put in the group chat, I'm not going to lie.
Hang on, have you got any evidence of that?
Shit. No, I didn't screenshot it. Damn it!
Good thing I'm editing this out.
No, Matthew was talking of a conspiracy theory that Luke actually said.
Here's another conspiracy theory. I made a typo. That doesn't happen. I can assure you all of that.
No, it's just a mistake.
Grammar for it.
Another conspiracy theory is the child's Matt.
You said the child is Matt's?
Yes.
Wow. Edit that out.
Nope.
I'll make sure he does, don't worry.
Nope.
Okay, the next one. We've touched on this in episode 1 of the podcast, and that is that Bigfoot is real.
And lives in Asia.
Yeah, well, it originated in Asia. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh wait,
because-
no, the abominable snowman that lives in Asia.
Yeah,
Yeah, he would have fucking melted.
lives in the middle of Africa. No, it's what?
That's not Asia.
What about?
No, it's
That
not.
was the point of
It's,
his
it's hotter.
dipshit.
You fucking melon. No, but obviously people have tried to track Bigfoot down for years. I'm not being funny. Like, I mean, all the videos I ever see of Bigfoot are from America.
Yeah, his name's Anthony Gray.
Shaquille O'Neal in a fucking costume.
Shaquille O'Neal just
Shaquille O'Neal running about by lakes, like.
It's just a Chewbacca.
He's got the vertical. Yeah, but basically, it's all bullshit in it. Let's be honest. While we're on the topic of crypto, though, there is another one that baffled me on this page. That the Loch Ness monster lives in Scotland.
Lives in Scotland? Jesus.
That would have killed me if I didn't read that piece of information.
Hang on.
How?
Where's Loch Ness?
Singapore, isn't it?
Must be.
No, you have to be fucking on pallets in Brazil.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was in Antarctica.
Now, it's about 5,000 miles left, and about 2
3,000
steps
up.
forward.
This one's not even conspiracy theories, it's just welcome to facts.
Yeah.
I can tell we can take the piss out of stupid shit.
Luke would like this one. So, rumours began circulating in the 1950s that the Nazis,
Your mum.
the Nazis had a secret base in Antarctica. Not too sure where that theory came from, but I'm sure Luke could probably know a bit on it.
This derives a lot from Hitler fleeing to Argentina and not actually killing himself.
Yeah, that's another one we're going to have to leave for another day because of the World War II topic.
Yeah, we'll
Or World War topic.
then.
Yeah. If any of you've seen the movie The Matrix, the next one is We're All Living in the Matrix.
We're
So
all
Phil
in
actually had
this together.
Oh, wait. Oh. Squid Game and The Matrix are linked.
Fuck's sake, go on, let's hear it.
No,
Red
I've
envelope,
not
blue
watched it
envelope,
yet.
red pill, blue pill. That's all I'm saying. All I'm fucking saying.
Okay,
I
don't
have a
say
theory
anymore.
about-
I haven't watched it yet,
We'll
so
watch
no
it.
talking about it.
No talk about Squid Game, but yeah, tell me
I have a
it's not.
theory about Squid Game that's really ruined the game, ruined the show.
I'm
But
alright for now, thank you.
We won't go into that yet. Let's go to find another one. The moon isn't real. Oh, fuck me.
What do you mean? The moon's made out of cheese?
That's probably
Alright, Gromit.
no. That's probably what
Right,
the
Gromit.
conspiracy theory is.
The moon's
No,
made
it's,
out of cheese.
That's right, some people think that the moon doesn't exist. The conspiracy theory has gained particular traction with flat earthers, and they think the moon is simply a projection. No, what it is a big hole in the top of the container that keeps moving with a fucking lamp over it. What the fuck? What the...
I
Oh.
wanted
No,
to
no, no.
discover that.
What I get is, flat earthers think it's a projection, right? Is what you've just said. For it to be a projection, it needs to have something to project onto.
Yeah, but don't forget they think
Live in a
flat Earth
box.
is covered in a dome, innit? That's what they think it is. The Earth is
So
flat
it's
and
the
it's got a
size of
dome
the
over it. No, the fucking world is the dome, Oh, I nearly said something very offensive. You're all morons. We're moving on. The Titanic didn't actually sink. We've been over that. Apollo 17 wasn't the last moon mission.
Well, what's it-
I don't know a lot about the Apollos, but
No,
Yeah,
what
let
I
me
can
just-
tell you is
Good film.
they... Yeah.
If I make a joke, or if I was wrong,
Does anyone want a digestive?
Would love a chocolate digestive, not gonna lie.
Nom nom nom.
So after this,
Discretion is advised. If you are allergic to gluten, chocolate, or anything in digestive, please move away.
Don't eat the
Another conspiracy
digestive.
theory, actually, if we're all, if we
In this
finish with the
together.
one that we were just talking about.
Oh.
Stonehenge. Not many people know what it is. Now, I'm going to ask you all, and if you know, you know, if you don't, you don't. So,
No, never mind.
so I'll come back to you after. So, if we start with Dana,
What?
what's Stonehenge?
It's
What's
a
its
massive
purpose?
pile of. I know this one, but I can't. It's a pile of bricks.
Probably because I told you before. Matt, what is it?
It's a pile of bricks.
I was under the impression that it was a burial thing.
No,
No, it's a thing. The giants built it.
hang on. Cal,
Oh,
what's Stonehenge?
Remember properly, it's a place of ritual that was built in the medieval times, believed by the wizard Merlin.
Abby, do you want to tell them?
It's a sundial.
A what?
It's a huge sundial.
Yeah,
And
I remember
and it's
now.
not the only one. There's quite a few in Avebury. Now, I've been myself. I've seen it in person. Yes. And, yeah, all it is a massive sundial.
It's a clock.
Yeah.
yeah. For those people that don't know what a
Hey,
sundial is, it's the
Don't
old
look
time
at it,
clock.
because the clock hasn't got numbers.
Mm.
No!
Friendly gesture!
No! No!
You are looking very adjective.
There are
Oh,
three things
so
that-
if you don't know what that's from, that is from Free Guy. If you haven't watched it
That's
already,
free.
it's on Disney Plus. Watch it; it's brilliant.
It's amazing.
Um,
Go to the cinema if
Don't
you're
look
not
at the clock.
skint.
yeah, or go to the cinema if you're not skinned.
Oh my god,
apart-
that's a very, this one's very bleak.
Can I just go back to the one I was gonna do? Is
Sorry.
that alright?
But let me
No,
just
sorry.
read the tagline of
What's
this.
the tag of it?
I'm on theweek.co.uk, so it's a UK-based website.
Oh God.
Mass shootings are staged by the government.
And that's
Oh.
face.
Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute.
In that case, America hates their population.
well, we knew
They
that.
do though.
Population control or what?
Literally. So Apollo 17 wasn't the last moon mission. After the success of Apollo 17 in 1972, America stopped sending astronauts to the moon. NASA claimed that they had logged all of the research they needed and the government funding was reduced. But a movie about a fictional Apollo 18 came about, and now some people, the Americans, believe that the mission was real and ended tragically when the astronauts had a run-in with aliens. I'll say the Americans because there was no way on Earth that British people involved in the making of that movie. Therefore, it came out in America first. Therefore, Americans would have had access to it first. Therefore, Americans are stupid. Vis-a-vis, I don't hate Americans. I should point that out there. I don't hate them.
I
They just
do.
annoy me.
Kevin. Sorry, I sneezed.
Stop it.
Answer that. But yeah, I've got nothing else to say on that one.
I've got a very interesting one.
Go on.
Just share your screen.
I'm gonna share my screen for this.
All right.
I'm not gonna click it. I can't be asked. I'm gonna click it.
You can click what you can tap.
Oh wow.
Well, let me get a picture of that before you take it down.
Oh Lord, that's what
Okay.
Cal tried to draw earlier.
But you know what? Obviously, this bit here isn't there. In the actual one, it's this on the left. But well, yeah, obviously,
You can see the resemblance.
yeah.
I can
That's
see
quite
that more
funny.
than that
Go back to the water one,
thing that
please,
page is
just
on a bit with the dollar bills.
Oh
went
my
all to-
God.
No,
The chemicals in water are turning people gay.
I'm a scientist, not a conspiracist, but
Clearly.
a lot of this.
I'm just gonna.
I
don't drink water.
Right.
Ready?
So going on to a conspiracy theory that turned out to be true. The conspiracy was that surrounding Hiroshima or Hiroshima, whatever you want to call it, and Nagasaki, that the government was stealing bodies to do radioactive testing. Now, the truth behind it is the government was actually stealing parts of dead bodies, but it was dead babies they were stealing parts of because they needed young tissue.
I don't like that.
Right, so next up is another conspiracy that turned out to be true. Conspiracy being the CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top secret experiment on behaviour modification. And this is MK Ultra, which is one of the most profound conspiracy theories out there. It's one of the most diverse in terms of actual factual knowledge. And the CIA started by using volunteers. Ken Kesey was a notable subject as well, who's the novelist, like. But the program head soon began dosing people without the knowledge. But it's fucked because it left numerous people mentally disabled because of the high dosages that they were giving them.
Do you know what
Has
they-
anyone... Sorry, Abby. Has anyone
it's okay.
heard about the dude that tried to sneak 5,000 tabs of LSD into a festival taped to his body?
And then he just spends his days thinking he's a fucking sunflower.
Correct. He now lives in a mental asylum and he thinks he's a sunflower because the sweat allowed the pores to open and it absorbed the fucking LSD. So he basically took 4,000 tabs of LSD at once and now thinks he's a sunflower.
He thinks he's a sunflower.
Don't do drugs.
On a more light-hearted
I
note,
feel like
Go on.
I'm quite glad that he's. I mean, I'm not quite glad that he's in a mental institute, but like that he's gone as lighthearted to as go. I am a sunflower rather than I am a psychopath.
True.
That'd be me.
Don't know
So
what
on a
you're
more
doing.
It's not a
light-hearted...
happy hush.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Why-
I'm trying to find something.
You're not looking very far, are you?
No, I know that my papers are around here somewhere in it, so I don't actually know where I
Are they
put
under your
them.
legs?
Huh?
Under your legs?
No.
Are they under your arse?
Ow! I just can't hold on. No.
Papers coming in flavours of strawberry, mint,
I
apple,
found them.
ash.
I found them.
Anyway, carry on.
Yeah.
Matt.
That's right. So on a more light-hearted note, another one that is bogus and a bit stupid is that 5G, the new network, causes cancer and, of course, COVID-19. Ready for another
times.
byproduct of 2020 and the global pandemic? Yes, we are. The internet swarmed with misinformation that the wireless service was responsible for diseases like cancer and even COVID. The spread of the theory even led to the destruction of 5G towers as people rioted to knock them down. I remember there being one not too far away from us.
Fry Park, there was one not down
yeah.
Fry Park too.
You heard it from mine.
Yeah, people are fucking idiots. 5G does not cause cancer. 5G does not give you COVID-19. If you
There's
have
also a
5G
theory
phone-
where it
gives you fast
hypnotises you and the government can control you with it.
Oh, I thought you
Oh,
were
yeah.
going to say the theory that it can map out your living room.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many theories about it, but the one thing is that I do agree with out of what you've just said, Matt, is that it could cause. I'm not saying it can. It could cause cancer.
The only reason for that is because
It's
people
been
believe that
exposed
you
to
get
it for
being
so long.
exposed to telephone. Yeah, but that's happened all over the world with telephone wires, with oil spills, radiation plants
Well,
blowing
yeah,
up in schools,
exactly.
people on them. Like that's the least you worry. 5G is not a problem, and the only way you're gonna do it is the only way you're gonna get cancer from it is if you sit on it for 66 years and do not fucking move.
That's
And
a very
not-
precise
Okay, I'm
number.
gonna go to the nearest 5G tower and sit on it.
Don't do that.
And here's a pretty well. No, actually, before I go into this,
Can I do this?
you said about COVID causing, being caused by 5G. Did you guys see the picture back when people were relating COVID to the Spanish flu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The radio tower in the in the background, someone taking the piss. Like, oh my god, guys, there's a 1G tower. It must have caused the Spanish flu.
1G wasn't even a thing then. It was
Damn, I know. But
it was actually radio frequencies.
that was the joke, right? I've got another one here. I don't mean for this to sound horrible, but it's quite funny.
Oh, no.
And you'll understand why. I'll read the title out, and I'll let Abby go through it with you.
I don't want to go through it, it's fine.
Do you just want to read the title?
No, I'm fine.
Okay. So Canada, that one country that
That
Dana
Dana
wants to move to, tried to develop gaydar.
And that's exactly why I'm going there.
The Canadian government was so paranoid about homosexuality that it developed a gaydar machine, which really happened in the 60s, might I just add. The government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured the pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery that the Canadian government used to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service. The military and the Mounties. Yeah, and the Mounties. The American government is just as guilty.
Doc.
I do remember that. I don't remember this. Obviously, I wasn't born in the 60s, but like I remember hearing about this. It's basically, have you seen? You know, when you get to like Victorian things, and they're like they put like pictures into like they're like massive cameras.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it was, and it's been on films and stuff as well. I'm sure it has, and they showed, you know, they sat the soldier down, and they showed him a picture of opposite sex erotic pictures, and then swapped it to same sex. And what they did is they measured whether their pupils dilated or not. And that's how they tried to
if
get
their pupils dilate, they might be going ugh, like, you know what I mean?
No, because apparently your pupils dilate when you get excited by something, innit?
No, other way around. Your pupils
Not like
expand.
that. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dilate.
didn't it
That's
do
what-
that?
that's
No,
the
your
same
pupils
thing.
expand.
That is dilating.
Dilating?
It's
But
a dilating.
dilating was.
No.
No.
Dilating's when it gets bigger.
Hey, back to the actual question.
Oh no, my bad. I'm getting confused with diluting.
Okay, that's a dilated pupil. There you go.
Oh, that's
Oh,
not
God.
that. Didn't they actually try doing this with Alan Turing?
I believe
Probably.
so. Alan Turing, what a fucking brain, by the way, that dude had. If you haven't watched, or if you don't know anything about Alan Turing, go and watch The Imitation Game and then come back to us. Also, actually, I need to address something really quick, because we had a question.
Imitation Game is the one that Benedict Cumberbatch is in it, isn't it?
It is indeed.
I haven't watched that
I
yet.
will watch it.
We had. Sorry, I need to go back. We need to add this in at the start, if that's all right.
No?
No, we do. It's not. Oh, we got up to 20 subs. Where is it? Your videos.
Hey, that's one of my only fans.
Where is it? Is it this one? For fuck's sake.
Matt shit at his job. He's shit at his job.
Matt, hey, Pennicut Barrett. He's shit at his
Shit
job.
at his
I
job.
was trying to think of which one it is on.
The last one, probably.
Okay, here we go. So on our second episode, there was a question, and Luke will put it nicely on the screen for us. Do you believe in aliens? Why haven't they met us? Why haven't they met as many usual people, and they've only met the government? The reason I believe for that is because the government are fucking full of shit.
I have my opinions, but it'll piss people off. So
Personally, I
Callum,
think
keep your
that-
mouth shut.
Personally, I believe in
if you want
aliens.
my opinion.
I do. I think
I
that
do
they
believe in
exist.
aliens.
Abiba does. Luke, I'm sure, does. Callum does. Dana is.
I believe
Dana.
in aliens.
Dana.
Dana believes that basically that if there's people on the planet, then there's people on other planets too. So
Yeah, so the answer to your question is yes, we do believe in aliens. And the
But I
reason that
just
we have.
don't think they could say hello to us because
we're a piece of shit.
as a planet we can't get along with each other because we judge one another constantly because oh yes you're stupid because of this, you're stupid because of that. You're in a dictatorship. Why haven't you ran yet? So we can't get along with people because of that kind of shit. So how can we agree with you from planet Earth?
And the reason they've only met government
Oh my god, you're
officials.
completely different speeches.
Yeah, the only reason they met government officials is because it's so easy then to quash rumours, and it's so easy then to hide stuff from people. Like, you more than likely wouldn't know if you met an alien. Let's be honest. Unless they
You
were
wouldn't know
like,
if you met a lizard person either, or a skinwalker, or any of those other
Oh my god,
So-
no, not skinwalkers. Oh.
I fucking love those theories.
But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, we all do believe in aliens. So yeah, thank you very much for the question. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments, and we will do our best to answer them at the start of our next episode, which we will.
Period of time.
Yeah, no, we'll start every podcast with questions that are asked by viewers. Alright, so I think that's about ties up the amount of time that we've got. We've all got other commitments and shit. So some of the ones that we've discussed today, mainly about COVID-19, discussed the Titanic, flat Earth, bullshit.
Prince Charles is a vampire.
Yeah, Prince Charles is a vampire.
I think we need to put a
No,
little
no,
disclaimer in though
vampire.
here, just to say that obviously these are our thoughts.
Yeah, well,
Nothing's
this is
meant
just
to
what we
offend
said,
anyone.
just what we-
We've said
Yeah,
it almost. All the things we say are just our opinions, and
Yeah, basically.
Don't take
but
anything to heart, basically.
it's like
What
a
we'll do is we'll pop the
conversation
links to the
Especially
two
from
websites. We'll pop the links to the two websites that we've used in the description as well. So if you want to take a look at them, you are more than welcome, and we encourage any form of questions, responses about the video.
Let us know some of your favourite conspiracy theories as well. Maybe if
Yeah.
they interest us enough, we could look into them.
For sure. So I think we're going to finish up with a few questions to each other, and then we're going to do the wheel spin as per usual, and then we'll call it a day. So, Luke, have you got a question for the group?
Yeah, so is there anything that we've mentioned that, or rather haven't mentioned that, you know, anyone's a firm believer of?
Go on, Matt. What was you
I
going
mean,
to say?
I know we didn't go into it a lot, but I feel like, you know, the whole government did 9/11 thing. Obviously, that's going to piss a lot of people off. I do apologise. Not really sure what else to say on that, but I think there's a lot of information. There's a lot of information left out, and it's one of those that if you read into it, you can find the inaccuracies and everything else. So that's one that gets me. I think that probably one of my favourite ones. But obviously, we're not going to discuss on here because it's probably going to get us banned. So
Yeah.
Cal.
Now, after this week, I will say I am also now a believer of that 9/11 was done by the government. Last week,
Yes,
I will
Callum.
say I wasn't, but that's because the proof I was being presented was, if you fold a dollar bill this way, it makes two lines. I'm thinking, that's just a
magic trick.
It was predicted in The
There's a fact.
Simpsons, man, so obviously.
Oh,
It's gotta be
fuck it
true.
up.
The
Well,
Simpsons said it.
actually, there's something we didn't mention.
The Simpsons.
The Simpsons,
Oh,
the
The Simpsons.
pyramids, the giants, all that bullshit.
Let me finish my statement before we get into that shite. But now we've been presented information of that a British sniper had the eyes on Bin Laden, could have just went bye-bye, bang, but was told not to because Americans called dibs. Now that makes me a bit of a believer of it. Not
The
that
Americans called dibs.
Yeah.
if you do origami, you can see big towers and a bird in a triangle.
I feel like we
Fucking
should.
hell,
I feel like we
I
should
want
end
to
it
pay.
on. I feel like we should just end it on fucking Cal. Say it. The
Ranting.
Americans called dibs.
I believe in 9/11 because the Americans called dibs.
End.
Yep.
Wheel
Did you
spin!
have one?
Fuck
No,
that.
my main ones are just
Don't
like.
forget to say that. Roll script credits.
Go on, then.
I don't know, like the pyramids and shit, and the giants and the fucking.
I think we should do it. I think we should add history, or like periods of history to the wheel. Because I feel like that'd be quite interesting. and that'd be
Definitely
very-
the pyramids, because it
The
is
mattress
something I
shops.
know about.
Oh, the
I
mattress shop one's a good one.
Which, sorry?
The map.
The mattress shop one.
In America, where there's literally a street with a row of 10 fucking mattress shops there, but
Oh,
the
I can tell you
theory
what
is
that
they're
is.
all.
It's all,
It's
That's
'cause
money
they're
laundering.
It's all-
money.
it's all
That's
money
exactly what the theory is.
no, history is one of my favourite subjects ever.
Yeah.
So if we can do ancient history, I'd jump in on that.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll add that. We'll add that
I
to
can
the list.
do the Tudors. I can do the Egyptians. I can do the Victorians. I can do. I can name you
The
every king.
Jordan.
I can name you every king and queen from William the Conqueror, but that's just because horrible histories.
I fucking love that show.
As Abby, have you got any other theories that you believe in that we haven't mentioned today?
I don't know. I'm not really one for theories, to be honest, unless they're like, you know, theories from like TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not really one for conspiracy theories, but like.
The whole Simpsons conspiracy, though, is pretty mind-boggling. Like, they predicted Trump.
Yeah.
Can we just do a whole thing on that, the Simpsons conspiracy?
Can do. I'm fine with that. Everyone else.
Yeah, because it's really interesting and I feel like it'd be a long one.
Yeah, that's cool. We can do that. So shall we go to the wheel?
No!
Should I? Well, let's turn off the camera.
Yes.
And wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Right, let's do it all.
I'm gonna just have to put it over you guys, I'm sorry.
Oh, nice.
Because otherwise I won't be able to get it on vid.
That dude is me in the left-hand corner.
It's a
Oh! Wicked!
Okay.
I'll say that. We've got the Pyramids of Giza up for next week.
Wait, we can't see it, mate.
Yeah,
I can't. Yeah.
It's in the video because he's recording it now.
I've got it in the video anyway, but it was the Pyramids of Giza.
It looks like Death Road to me.
That's because we've just removed it.
Right. Okay.
Do you want me to
That's fine.
pull up the VOD and send it in?
Can we respin it so we can all see it?
Oh my god.
Just put the pyramids of Giza back in it.
Can you just spell Giza like?
Get like Giza.
Delete it then.
Like Giza.
Z-A-R.
What we got?
That's
No.
just
Oh!
good.
No. It's not Pyramids of Giza.
It's Chernobyl.
We got Pyramids of Giza.
Yeah, because it was Pyramids of Giza.
That's
Actually,
Rock
I'll take
formations
rock
and crystals.
formations and crystal.
For fuck's
No,
sake,
we'll do
rude.
Chernobyl. Because that was the first one that came up.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Pyramids of Giza
It was the
was.
first one that was witnessed by all of us.
I've got it recorded.
Yeah, but that's me and you.
No, I've
Also
got it
hear you
recorded.
can see our reactions like very shortly afterwards. So.
yeah. It could have been forged or.
Alright, we'll do one more. We'll just like give it a sec.
Till I pyramids
Where we go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
Fucking hell.
okay, now.
So you got 40.
Right, hang on.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
Spin that wheel!
Oh.
Matt, that was so unenergetic.
Spin the wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
take that.
that.
Cool. We'll go with that. That's wicked. All right, so guys, the next episode, if Luke can bring up the screen so you can see us all.
Well, no, they couldn't see what we got, so I'll show them now that
got
it's serial
serial
killers. My
Sweet.
god, that's so stereo.
You know that means that I'm sitting in that chair next week.
No?
Abby, we need
Yes,
to meet up so we can do this. On Thursday, you're coming to mine.
Oh, hang on.
And
We're gonna be at yours Friday anyway, so we can all
yeah, but
bounce
we're
stuff
gonna
off.
be drunk. We're gonna be drunk.
Well, I'm saying,
Okay.
Can we record it Friday?
are we still
Recording drunk.
are we still okay
Yeah.
to stay at yours Friday night? Because then we could
Of
just do it
course.
Saturday daytime.
Yeah, we could do it Saturday morning.
I can't.
Of course.
Raiden.
We'll look after Eden and talk about serial killers. She'll love it.
Oh, I've already been teaching her, like, behind the scenes, don't worry.
Matthew, would you be able to
What to serial kill?
take
Yeah,
me
I've been teaching her how to do it.
where that is?
What you say, Carl?
Would you be able to pick me up and take me today?
Yes, Callum.
No clue where that is.
Are you staying around too, Sir Mr. Callum?
Yeah, getting wankered for your birthday.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I'm not
I
going home.
Oh, well, okay. I don't know if you're still recording.
ready. All right.
Yeah.
So that concludes this episode. Next week's topic is going to be on serial killers. Just to let you know as well, we are in a bit of a gap in content because we kind of fucked up on recording 1 week. So there
I
will
thought
be.
you was going to do the best bits.
Yeah, no, I gave up on that.
Oh.
No idea.
Maybe eventually.
So we'll do a gap fill one.
Right, it's mainly me, so you mustn't call it Cam.
Let's be honest, no one gets this far in, but if you're still here, thanks for watching.
Hi.
And we
I'm sure our number one fan Omar will
Give
still
a
be
shit,
here.
True. If you
Give a
enjoyed
shit,
the
buddy.
video, if you enjoyed the video or enjoyed any of the previous videos, please like, comment, share with your friends, and obviously subscribe. We are those Unstable Weirdos, and we shall see you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Fuck off.